Mr. Chairman.
Carol Beaumont.
I rise to speak to the Social Security Benefit Categories and Work Focus Amendment Bill, and this is, as I understand it, a second part of a move to reform our social security system and to fundamentally shift the focus of the benefit system towards encouraging and supporting beneficiaries to move into paid work. Well, that's all very good if there's some paid work for them to move into. And I know that some members opposite seem to think that growth in our economy has meant more jobs. Well, actually, this is jobless growth, the growth that there has been recently. We still have exceptionally high unemployment in this country. Many New Zealanders absolutely desperate to get work, and as somebody who has been out in the community full-time for the last 12 months or so, I can assure you that I have talked to many people who are really desperate about their work situation. People want to work. But that would not be the message you would get from looking at legislation like this. Now, as I understand it, this legislation is going to do some things like extend work test and work preparation obligations, replace 7 current benefit categories with 3 new main categories, have all sorts of provisions around social obligations, and of course, sitting alongside all of that, some very nice sanctions. And what are the underlying assumptions with that? Well, I think it absolutely says loud and clear that the government believe that most people who are on benefits don't want to work, and that parents who are on benefits are not good parents. That's why we need this legislation. So I think that that is particularly and utterly galling in the situation of the current levels of unemployment. What are the facts? How many people on benefits don't actually want to work? How many of the parents who are receiving benefits are not good parents? My colleague, Dr. Prasad, talked about very small numbers of people who are probably in those kind of categories. The facts are that people want to work. They want decent jobs. They want to be able to manage bringing their children up if they've got them, having a job that pays them fairly, and being able to look after themselves. The fact of the matter is there ain't those jobs there for them. That's the fact. And so what this is about is beneficiary bashing, headline grabbing, and the government's typical spin. This is a government of spin, short on real actions and solutions, big on spinning, and I think it is pretty rich for the Minister to say that this isn't about beneficiary bashing. This is, as I heard the Honourable Phil Goff said, this is dog whistle politics. This is knowing that there is a constituency out there who thinks that everybody receiving a benefit is a bludger. But I believe, honestly, that most people in this House know that not to be true. But despite that, this sort of legislation, which actually is not the most important thing that the government should be addressing by a long way. The most important thing, or one of the most important things, is actually our economy and ensuring that the economy grows and provides decent jobs for people to work in. And if those decent jobs were there, then people would be working. And I thought it was absolutely disgusting in question time today when the Prime Minister was joking about unemployment. I cannot believe that the Prime Minister of New Zealand thinks that unemployment is a joke. There are 163,000 New Zealanders who are registered as unemployed. There are 111,000 other New Zealanders who are wanting more work, who are underemployed. They want more hours. They can't live a decent standard of living on the hours that they have got. These are real people who are hurting and real people who want work. And our unemployment rate is staying very, very high, and the government is sitting on their hands in the face of wave after wave of massive job losses. We've got the telecom ones coming up, had Solid Energy, the Department of Conservation job losses today. That's just 3 out of a massive great list of wave after wave of job losses. And again, these are real people. 200 people who waited for jobs, 7 jobs, in a shop at a Carter Holt Harvey workplace in Mangere. 200 people for 7 jobs. In my own circumstances, in my own family, My niece, who's a graduate, is desperately seeking work. She rang me the other night and she said, Mr Chair,
Chairman, if this bill is as the Minister